Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Tabor French. I'm the integration manager with Heritage. Here with Shauna and Shannon of Lou, and Raymond is also part of our Heritage DSS team. And Shauna and Shannon are gonna take you through the Lou platform.
Wonderful. Thanks, Tabor. Thanks for the intro. I just wanted to start off by, first of all, saying thank you all for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. I know a lot of you are really busy trying to wrap up the season and get things in order. So thank you for spending, 45 minutes of your time with us. My name is Shauna. As Tabor said, I'm the Director of Product and Client Strategy over here at Evosus. Evosus is the company that we've been around for about 24 years in the pool and spa industry. And I'd like to start by just giving a little bit of a history lesson. We'll start with the boring stuff and then we'll get into the really fun stuff in a minute. But Evosus has been around, like I said, for 24 years in the pool and spa industry. We really were the first software company to ever identify inventory management and customer management as a need in this industry. Before Evosus, there wasn't software. Everybody was using pen and paper or spreadsheets and things like that. People were not managing their inventory at all. Our original legacy product was built in the server room of a hot tub company here in the Pacific Northwest. So we have really deep roots in this industry, and since then, we've grown. We've gone a little bit into the hearth industry as well because they have similar issues they're trying to solve for on a day-to-day as we do in the pool and spa industry. And back in 2019, we launched our cloud-based product, which is called Lou, L-O-U. That's our cloud-based product. So you can log in from anywhere that you have internet access and run your entire business from one platform. That is what makes Lou really unique and different, and as I think you'll see today in the conversation, is that if you are somebody who is tired of remembering all of these different logins for different programs, if you're somebody who is really passionate about communication within your organization and you really want all of your team members to be in sync at all times, the technician was out in the field in somebody's backyard, did some work, and then that customer shows up in your showroom and says, hey, somebody was out and he said he needed a new filter and I don't know what it is. For somebody to be able to log in to the same system they work in every day and answer those questions for the customer, for all of your invoices to flow straight into the accounting platform that's built into our software, people to be able to pay online through their customer portal. It really covers everything from inventory, retail, service, accounting, and reporting all in one place, which makes it really unique. So I just wanted to kind of set the stage to tell you guys all what we do here and why we make this product. But we're really passionate about streamlining your communication within your organization and making sure everybody's on the same page so that you can focus on what really matters, which is growing your business. I think that's what we're all here to do. And that's what we really want to support you in today. And we are here today with Heritage to announce and demo the Heritage integration. So it's built right into Lou. And Shannon, I'll let you introduce yourself and talk about what you do here and then kick us off with the demo, if you don't mind. Can't hear you. I can't at least.
Oh no.
I can hear you now.
Okay. I am the client enablement specialist here at Evosus, and so my job is to handle training, documentation, be the subject matter expert, kind of wear multiple hats that all have to do with knowing things. So I will go ahead and demo for you guys a couple of the cool sort of meaty parts of the integration here. Let me see if I can figure out Zoom. Okay, hopefully you guys are seeing my screen okay.
Looks good.
So,
yeah.
I have 3 monitors going, so everything's all spread out. Excuse me. So this is our Lou dashboard. So this is where everything kind of begins. When you sign into Lou, you land on this page. And where we're going to go is to the import tool to look at importing some SKUs from Heritage. So I'm going to click this operations tile, and that's going to take me to our operations menu, and I'm going to select the Heritage SKU import wizard. We are moving along with Heritage already being active in this database. So I'm a Heritage customer, and now I want to pull some SKUs in from Heritage so that I can manage them within Lou. So we have a couple of ways you can do that here. This is the SKU lookup for individual SKUs. So maybe I know a specific product that I want to look up and just import kind of one SKU. I can do that here. I can also click this category supplier lookup, and that'll give me a broader range. So that'll allow me to start to import entire categories. And these major and minor categories are categories from Heritage. And if I select some here and then click lookup, it'll give me a list of SKUs from Heritage that I can then choose to select to import. So I am actually going to do a search for a specific SKU. So I'm going to look for something in chemicals. I'm going to click lookup. And these are all the chemicals that are available in the Heritage catalog for me to download, but I have one in mind that I'm going to search for real quick on this list, and then I can click the box here and click import. If I had checked multiple boxes, this number would reflect the number of SKUs that I checked. In this case, I'm just going to import one, and we're going to click import. So that'll move us through the process here. Now, these are defining the categories in Lou. So we know that from Heritage, this SKU is coming from the chemicals category as the major category, and then the chemicals, specialty chemicals, minor category. I have categories set up in my database that I want them to be organized into. So I am going to select my category, which is chemicals. I could also just copy the Heritage category if I wanted to, but in my case, I've got all of these things organized, so I'm going to keep that chemicals category, and it'll go into specialty as a secondary category. So I'm going to click next, and it's just going to give me a quick message about my accounting information. If I've selected a new category that doesn't exist in my system, it just wants me to know I need to go make sure I have that accounting stuff set up and accounted for. So I'm going to click OK. And now it's going to have me determine what the retail margin will be. It'll default to 50%. If I want it to be anything else, I can go ahead and change that percentage to whatever I want it to be. And once that number is what I need it to be, I'll click import. So it's going to tell me how many SKUs I'm importing and confirm. I'm going to say yes. And then it's going to give me a little message saying we got it. Move along with your day, and in about 90 minutes, those new SKUs should be available. So I can click OK, and now I can go about my business. So I can go back to the dashboard here, and I can do anything else I want to do. So in this case, I'm the purchaser. I need to make a purchase order. So I'm going to come to the purchase order tile and click create. I'm going to select my vendor, which is Heritage, and then just select a few other things here to help keep myself organized. And then I can click create. So this is our purchase order profile. You can see here we have a little box for the Heritage integration. This will allow us to do some cool stuff once we add some SKUs to the order and then ultimately submit it. So I'm going to scroll down here to the SKU box, and I'm going to look for some Heritage SKUs that I need to order. And I'm going to go ahead and add them real quick to my purchase order. Let's check and see if there's that SKU I just added through the import. So I'm going to add that. And then let's just throw one more on here. So I've got 3 SKUs here, and this is the price that I pay with the unit of measure from Heritage. So I'm buying these in a case 12, and then each of these are eaches, and this is the cost that I'm paying for them as I have them in my system. If I come up here, I can click confirm price to see if maybe those prices have changed with Heritage since the last time I got a price update, which currently happens every 15 days. So I come to this page here and I can take a quick look and I can see what the price information is. And then if I go to actions, I can click change PO price and it'll automatically change those prices for me. You can see here there's no difference. So then I can come back to my PO and I can check quantities. Are these things in stock at the branches that I get my SKUs from? If I click here, you can take a quick look and see what the quantities are. It looks like everything's in stock, so there shouldn't be a delay in me being able to order my SKUs. So once I've done those things and I select a shipping method, and I have confirmed these are the SKUs I want, everything looks good, then I can just click one button and a whole bunch of cool stuff will happen. So if I click this submit order to Heritage, it is going to electronically send the purchase order to Heritage so that they can start processing the order on their side. On my side here in Lou, I can see when I submitted it and that I'm the one that submitted it, and it gives me the Heritage order ID, and it changes this purchase order from pending to pending on order. So now I know as I go about my business that this purchase order has been sent off to Heritage and we're just waiting for that delivery to show up so that I can then receive the SKUs. And that's it. It's that easy.
So Shannon, we did have a question come in from Cassandra. Yeah. She asked, can you set up multiple margin markups, like anything under $50 gets a 25% markup and anything over is a 30% markup? Can you show us how they would do that?
So we don't have the ability to set up multiple margins. Lou does profit margin or fixed price. We don't do markup. There is a slight difference between margin and markup. What would happen is, for the purposes of the import, you would have just the one margin that you would select. It will default to 50%. You can change it to whatever you want. Then after you get those SKUs into your inventory, you can come here to inventory search. You could pull up one of those SKUs and you would be able to go in and change that to whatever you want. So if I come here and I edit the SKU, I can see my information right here about how I'm selling it. I can change it to fixed price if I want. I can make updates to those margins. But at this time, the import itself only supports choosing one margin for all the SKUs you're importing.
Cassandra, did that answer your question?
Another idea on that for Cassandra could be to do 2 imports. So import all of the SKUs that are under that dollar and set that as your margin, and then do a secondary import with all of the rest of them so that you don't need to go in and update them. We also have a mass update feature in Lou where you can mass update your pricing. So if you did just want to do one import and then you wanted to be really selective about some things are fixed price, some things are, pricing is different across the board depending on what you're talking about. You can use that mass update feature, update them, be really specific, and then mass update all of them into the system. So there's a lot of ways to do what you're trying to achieve.
Was there any more questions from any of our participants on the call? You can always use the questions or the webinar chat to ask any questions.
Shannon, while people are thinking about their questions and just processing, would you mind talking us through, for the people who are not set up on the Heritage integration yet, what that looks like and just kind of what the process is to get set up? I guess we could take two tracks, maybe somebody who already is using Lou and wants to use the integration, and somebody who's not using Lou yet and wants to sign up and get started.
Shannon, we lost your audio again.
Well, I'm not doing anything.
Well, it's back now.
I have a poltergeist. So if you're already live on Lou and you're interested in activating the Heritage integration, then you can reach out to us at support and we can help you get in contact. It will require being an active customer of Heritage, and then there's an email address that you can contact at Heritage to get an API key that we will use for setup. Similar process if you are onboarding and not yet live on Lou, we would still facilitate that conversation for you and help you get started. And then whether you are in onboarding or already live on Lou, the setup is pretty easy. I am live, so we're going to go to the same menu page, but through the live version of Lou, there is a onboarding tool that we use prior to go live that will have a slightly different menu path. Not that I expect anyone to memorize it. So I'm going to come to my Lou integrations, and then these are all the different things we have. So I'm going to click the Heritage integration. And then if I was not yet active, this would not be toggled on. So my first step would be to click that and toggle it on. And then we would have some important information here to help you get started, and including contacts us here at support so that we can help you get that API key. Then we can go to configure, and we're just gonna create a few quick, simple things. So you would click the create button here, and then it would pull up a screen that looks like this. We would enter your customer account ID, your API key, and then some quick information. So we would need to have a Lou vendor set up for you to use. The straightforward one is to just call it Heritage, and then select your default branches and then save that information. And once you have that information saved, you can test the connection just to make sure, and it'll let you know that we're talking to each other. So once those things are set up, that's it. You're pretty much ready to go, and you can start that import process and then be able, once you're live, to do the electronic purchase orders. I will just call out, if you are in onboarding and you are still sort of gathering all of your SKUs, whether they're Heritage or otherwise, you do not have to do a bulk import from Heritage. If you already have your list of SKUs that you purchase from Heritage, you can include those in the import of the rest of your inventory, as long as the SKU that we have in the vendor SKU field matches the SKU that Heritage uses. So rather than a two-step initial process as you're onboarding, you would just have the one import for all your inventory and you'd be ready to go. And you would still be able to use the integration. Those SKUs would still interact with the Heritage integration and be able to get those important price updates and all of that information. So it makes it a little easy. Similar if you're already live on Lou, as long as you just do a quick double check that those vendor SKUs are what Heritage identifies, then you're going to be good to go once you get everything set up.
So a quick call out on that, Shannon, from the Heritage perspective. If you are already a Heritage customer, You'll need to have access to Heritage Pool Plus, which is our digital platform, and you will be able to self-serve your API key through a link on the dashboard that says integrations. And so one individual, only the company administrator that has access to Heritage Pool Plus will currently be able to activate that API key, but all users within their account will be able to see the API key to ensure that we can connect seamlessly. So where there is nobody involved, you just log into Heritage Pool Plus, go to integrations and click generate my API key. And that will give you the API key that is specific to your account. And you'll be able to also find your Heritage account number from the account drop-down menu to just ensure that that information is correct. So that is a recent update on our behalf to ensure that the ease of access for you to be able to get that information is at your fingertips 24/7.
Thanks for that, Mary. So easy.
We do have a question. Will the video be available to watch later? They've had several interruptions. Rachel, correct me if I'm wrong, this will have a place to live that we can share back out with participants?
Correct. Yes.
Is there any other questions?
Wonderful. Well, I'll just leave you all with a couple of things. If anybody is not on Lou or not on a full all-in-one complete platform and you want to talk about that, you guys can reach out to us at lou@evosus.com. And we would be happy to set up a demo for you. We can give you access to a sandbox so you can log in to what Shannon was showing and just play around with some things, feel it out. And we can give you a demo beforehand, just step by step of how to use the platform. And for those of you who are live on Lou and are not yet using the integration, please reach out to us at support@evosus.com or give us a call, and we'd be happy to walk you through again kind of the process to getting started. We're here to help. Heritage is here to help as well. We've had a lot of conversations. We really are in lockstep with each other. So whoever you feel most comfortable reaching out to, reach out and we'll help you get set up on the integration. And for those of you that are going to be in Vegas at the IPSP show in a few weeks, we will all be there. So come stop by and visit us. Lou has some cool, exciting things to share, and I know Heritage does as well. So I just want to say thank you again for all of you joining us today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And if you forgot everything that I just said, just go to evosus.com and fill out a form and we'll route you to the right person. And that's all I have. Heritage, anything else on your guys' end?
All good. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Shauna. Thanks, Mary, Raymond, Rachel, for putting this together. Look forward to speaking with anybody that wants more information on this. Thank you.